Right, HillBilly Blue Balls, you're clearly not paying attention, so I'm going to try and make this really simple for you. I'll make it very short, very concise, so that there is no doubt. It's very easy, and I'm not being unreasonable, I'm not being funny, I'm not playing my dick's bigger than your dick. I'm simply asking you to do a very simple request to demonstrate that you're actually doing what your equipment is able to do what you claim it's able to do. In the published document from Cavendish's paper, I'll put the link in the chat box, in the description box, if you want to check it yourself. At the bottom of page 2 and over onto page 3, he says, "It is plain that a very minute disturbing force will be sufficient to destroy the success of the experiment." And this is what I think that is happening with yours. I think you've got a very minute disturbing force that's destroying the success of your experiment, and you're hiding it. And I'll show you for why. And from the following experiments, it will appear that the disturbing force most difficult to guard against is that arising from the variations of heat and cold, for if one side of the case is warmer than the other, the air in contact with it will be rarefied and in consequence will ascend, while the other on the other side will descend and produce a current which will draw the arm sensibly aside. This is the reason why I'm focusing on you, because when I've done mine, I can't get it to settle down, mate. It's that simple. I didn't publish the results because I thought it was me. And then we've done a version 2 to see whether or not it'll do it on version 2 with different materials, different setup, different location, different person making it, different leaves on the track, and it still does the same thing. So we've made 2 of these and we can't get it to settle. Now in this live stream you show, this is the live stream that you have, which is dated the 18th of December, and you say that you're adjusting the balance beam in the Cavendish experiment. So I get that what you're doing here, if I scroll through, we can see here, I'm looking at the thumbnail at this moment. There you go. So let's see if I can get this on screen. Let's see if he comes on now. Playback speed double. So what we're looking for is HillBilly's arm coming in, making an adjustment, and then watching the effect. Now, what the issue is scale, time scale, because what HillBilly's not doing is showing long enough to demonstrate that his thing is doing what he claims it's doing. And there we go, so it's there, isn't it? So let's try going back to this. I want to get, sorry, right, so there's his arm coming in. He's making an adjustment at the top. And what he's going to show is, what he's trying to do is trying to get it to sit in the middle, which, you know, it's natural that you're going to want to try and do that because you want the biggest window for you to make your movements, right? So I get why he's trying to do it, and he makes the adjustments, and then watch what happens to the screw. Obviously, he's putting torsion he's twisting the wire, and it's going to cause this to start moving towards sensibly aside, if want better to coin the phrase. So what I'll do to demonstrate this is watch this part, but in the thumbnail, and you can see it begins to move back over. You can see then he's just made another adjustment there. He's trying to get it to settle in the middle, right? And then it looks like it's going there, but then it comes back. So he makes another adjustment, and again it looks like it's going to go there, but then it starts to come back. And then it looks like it's going to settle down, but then it comes back. There you go. You can see he's making another adjustment there. And this is totally normal. This is what we spent ages and ages and ages trying to do because we were trying to do the same thing. But then he makes an adjustment there at the hour mark, but then for some reason he manually moves the camera. I don't know why he's done this. It seems deceptive for me. I don't see any logical reason to do this. He's moved the camera up so that we can't see what's going on. We can't see the window underneath. So now we don't know that this window that we're looking at here is actually the same window that's on the test. I don't know why he's moved that. I'm sure there's a totally legitimate reason, but that seems dodgy as heck to me because you would want to keep everything the same. Anyway, he's making the adjustment. So let's have a look at what happens. So he makes the adjustment and now it starts to go back towards 0. Then it goes a bit crazy. Then it goes a bit more crazy. And all the time he's going to keep making adjustments throughout this video because he's trying to get it to balance in the middle, right? Which is totally normal. I get it. There's nothing dodgy in this at this time. So let's see where we get to another point where he gets his arm in the picture. I'm looking at the thumbnail here, by the way, just in case you're trying to keep up with me. Right, there we go. There's an adjustment that he makes there. So again, now this is the same problem that we've had. We could not get it to settle. And he's making another adjustment here. Now look at from here when he makes the adjustment, right? So the arm's there, right? 134.24. His arm's in the picture. Watch the effect. It causes the thing to scroll crazily, and he's trying to get it to settle in the middle, but it isn't doing it. It's randomly acting in all directions, doing crazy stuff, right? It should be settling. So he's got in his room a disturbing force, and it's probably him. Might not be him. It could be anything in the room, but it could be a heat current. It could be, I don't know. It could be. This is what we were trying to do. We were trying to like rule this out. So there we go. So there's an adjustment he makes there at 159, and again he's trying to get his thing to get into the middle. Again, this is totally normal, and it looks like it's getting there, and then it starts to come back. Oh, see, he's just made another adjustment there. It's really difficult to do this, so you'll have to... There we go. There's the adjustment coming in at 212, and again, he's trying to get it towards the 0, and he'll argue that he's hedging towards it, right? But my argument is he's not showing it for long enough to show that it's not behaving erratically. So it's now over on the other side. He's gone too far, probably. Now it's coming back. Look at the laser. Look at where the laser is. Now he's going to make another adjustment in a minute. There. So there's another adjustment at 248. So he's trying to get the thing to fall into the center. And again, this is totally normal. And what he's going to find that he's doing is he's continuously adjusting to try and correct, try and get it to settle, try and get it to stay in the position he wants it to be. Because in theory, it should get to 0 and stay there. You should be able to get it to adjust and literally park in 0 and stay there. Now look at the time he's done this adjustment. What was it? I can't remember what the time was. Let's see if I can find it again. It's around here somewhere. There it is. So there. 247 is 247, right? So all he shows here is that basically it's 248, isn't it? It's 248. And then for the next duration of this, look at the movement. So 248, and now he's going to get it to 258. So from 248 to 258, look at the amount of movement it's made, and that's 10 minutes. Now, then he goes to... So now we're getting towards the middle again. But he's not showing enough to satisfy anyone that's tried to play around with one of these things. He's not showing enough to show that this doesn't wander. Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out, and I'm trying to get him to be honest and try and demonstrate it, is because he's getting the same effect that what we got. It's moving all by itself. No one's touching it. To be fair, in his case, he's touching it. And it might be a consequence of what he's doing. HillBilly, all I'm asking is that you just get it. So it doesn't even have to be in the middle. Just get it somewhere and then just leave it. Go out the room. Don't interfere. Stay out the room. Keep the cameras rolling. And then show over an hour or half an hour or 45 minutes. Just show how much movement there actually is. Because ours was jumping all over the show. It would never settle. There was always something influencing it. And in ours wasn't recording like yours is continuously. We were taking snapshots every 15 minutes over the whole night. So we'd set it up at night time, go to bed, wake up next morning, and then just put the time lapse together and watch it over the time lapse. Because basically you can do a 15-minute time lapse interval and you can see over the whole night at a glance. You can see what's going on, and it should be that the thing settles. Now, even now, we're watching it on screen now, and you can see that it's moving all by itself. Shouldn't be doing it. Now, I'm not saying that he's got something wrong. I'm not saying that he's being deceitful. I'm saying that he's not showing it for long enough to satisfy that he's demonstrating that his is stable. Because look at what it's doing. It shouldn't be moving. When he makes the adjustment, it should initially move quick, and then it should lose the torsion, and it should move down towards a point where it stops. It might move back a little bit, but then it should settle, and it should come to a rest. And that's what should happen. But look how much it's moving. Now, again, I'm not saying that you're being dishonest, but if you don't show it for a long period of time, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, I don't know how you want to do it, but you need to show that it isn't wandering over a period of time. Because we know over a period of a night, every 15-minute intervals we were coming back to it, it's all over the show. And I think you're going to get the exact same thing, because that's what we're seeing on screen right now. In the time it's took me to explain this, your sun's fucked off to the right, hasn't it? Your laser. Imagine it's a sun. Yours is totally fucked off and it's still moving. So what's the explanation? I don't know, but I think you're getting the same effect that we got. So, HillBilly, stop being a dickhead and be honest. Set your camera up, just show it for an hour. If you want it running continuously, leave it for an hour running continuously. If you want to do it overnight, every 15-minute timestamps like we did, show it over the night. Doesn't matter. Don't really care what you do, but at least show an hour. And let's see how much movement yours is doing in an hour. Half an hour is fine. Let's just see that it's stationary. If you choose not to do that, then your own audience should realise that you're being deceitful, because you should be able to demonstrate that your kit is relaxing and settling and stable. We can't do it. I can't do it. We can't do it. We thought it was us. We didn't know what the fuck was wrong with it. It was doing anything it wants. So even now, we're still looking at yours and it's wandering. And this is only over a few minutes. Show it over an hour. Show it over 40 minutes, over half an hour. It's not unreasonable, HillBilly. So just show it over the hour. It's an issue of scale. Or, well, then I will call you dishonest. Because it wanders. We couldn't stop it. I don't think you can either. Thank you.